Thank you so much, Mbali. With us we have the Speaker of the Ekurhuleni Council, Mr. Raymond Dlamini. He's the one that presided over what was a chaotic session. Today we'll get straight into the interview. Speaker Dlamini, let's work backwards here and begin with the EFF rushing towards your table. How did you react when you saw the Red Berets coming towards you there?
No, it's their nature. That's how they operate. They operate like that. So you need sometimes to tolerate them and work with them. Remember, the EFF, I think they got 10 to 11 years in government. So they're still baby. So you need to nurture them proper. So we allow them proper. So I don't have a problem with them. They were expressing their feelings. But they should do that in a proper manner, which will correct that going forward in terms of the rules of the House.
To be fair, they were quite frustrated with how you were presiding over today's council sitting, particularly your refusal to take the matter of an amended motion about which item should be heard first to a vote. Why didn't you just let the council vote?
The thing is, what they are bringing, they say we want to amend, but the first motion, it was dealing about in terms of the first item that we are dealing with the finance adjustment budget. So what they are saying, on top of that, let us bring the motion, and on your motion, let's be that item be number one. And the argument there is that this is not amendment. Now we are bringing a new motion on your side. So we're going to stick on the first motion. If you agree with the first motion, you have to say we agree. If you disagree with the motion, you have to say we disagree. Remember, understanding order is clear. A councillor can only rise once and ask the agenda to be changed once.
Speaker, those are the rules, but those are the technicalities. It seems here that you didn't want to hear the motion of no confidence in you because your removal would be imminent.
I think that it's a dangerous statement when you say that, because we never said the council will stop after the adjustment budget. We never said that. We said we start with adjustment budget, then we move. So I don't know where that is coming from, but we said that let's start with adjustment budget, then we continue with the business of the day. So
why was it so difficult to resolve on which item should be heard first? And in your opinion, why couldn't the business of council get underway today?
It is because precisely of what Shasai said, to say that what they are proposing, they say it's amendment. That is not amendment, it's a motion itself. So you can't do that. You can't bring two motions at the same time. It should be one motion.
When you've adjourned the council.
Are you worried about your future being on the line?
We are politicians. Remember, this is not a career thing. So you know that you've been voted at any given time. If they are not happy or satisfied about you, they'll recall you at any given time. And you have to accept that, so I'm not worried.
You failed to pass the adjustment budget. Are you not concerned about service delivery issues, particularly with many residents complaining about the deteriorating service delivery in the city?
The service are continuous. Every day, everything is happening proper. We don't have a problem. Remember, the adjustment budget, in fact, the items are supposed to come in February, not in Jan. So because we speed up things, because we care about the community. So, but in terms of that item, we're still in line in terms of the Auditor General.
What do you have to say to the communities of Ekurhuleni who have watched this council sitting fail to get underway for an entire day without any progress, while it appears that political parties were disagreeing about which motion to hear first?
No, first and foremost, indeed, we need to apologize to that. It's not on. It's not okay. But we can't force things, do things wrongly. We have to follow the proper processes accordingly. Then if you follow the processes in the right way, then it's fine. So I'm just saying this, that we need to tolerate each other and follow the processes accordingly. Things you'll see will run smooth.
Thank you so much. That's the Speaker of the Ekurhuleni Council speaking to us on the sidelines after he adjourned that meeting. Let's bring in the Chair of the EFF in Gauteng. He's also the leader of the EFF caucus here, Mr. Nkululeko Dunga. Mr. Dunga, it looked like your frustration with the Speaker ran out at some point, that you just decided to approach the bench. Tell us what happened there.
Yeah, well, the Speaker consistently of late has shown that he has he has a lack of understanding of the very systems and procedures that he speaks of. And it's a systematic approach that the DA has taken, not only from the Speaker's office, but also from the whip. So what happened today was that a motion was tabled by the DA. The EFF never tabled any motion that seek to actually amend the agenda and prioritize what they now say is not of urgency, which is the adjustment budget. Now, in that, there was then a standing on the rule based on Rule 89, which speaks to the amendment of the motion in itself that was brought by the DA, which is highly allowed, and we've always used that particular rule to actually amend any motion that is tabled before Council.
So, Mr. Dunga, could you explain to our viewers why it was important to deal with the motion of no confidence in the Speaker first before dealing with the adjustment budget?
Well, we're dealing with all motions in general. There's about 4 motions that are tabled before Council, and we thought that it's extremely important that we actually deal with them. I mean, if there's one political organization within Council in itself that wants to discuss and debate a motion of no confidence against the Speaker in itself, then we are going to sort of like delegitimize the process of anything that would have had him as the chair of a council sitting. So it was very important that we actually look at having that engagement and discussion on the motion of no confidence first.
The meeting was adjourned after failing to get underway. It has to resume on another date. What happens when you try again with this motion?
Well, we are going to try and lobby and enforce that there must be a council sitting that sits actually even before end of the month, and because we understand that there's a lot of items of compliance in the Auditor General to actually make their submissions in Council for us to process. Those are legislated processes and procedures in line with the Structures and the Systems Act. But what we will not allow is for the DA to vehemently abuse power and abuse them and manipulate the standing orders as they see fit, like they've been continuously doing.
Thank you so much. Nkululeko Tunga is the leader of the EFF caucus here in the Ekurhuleni Council. We'll bring you more reaction a bit later, particularly from the multi-party government and the coalition itself. But for now, Stephen, it's back to you.
Govan Whittles, thank you very much indeed.